At the end of my last video, I said that I would rock up this week with something a little bit more bright and breezy. I think I lied. Hello, welcome to the Coffee and Craft chat. Don't worry, this isn't going to be a doom and gloomy video. It's just that I'm very tired. If you're new here, I run this channel, but I also have a handmade business called Beech Tree Handmade, and I am neck deep at the moment in trying to finish the autumn collection, which is due to be launched in a couple of weeks. And I might have forgotten that we have family coming to stay tomorrow. So yeah, feeling a touch frazzled, a little bit like, but it's fine, it's fine. I'm seeing this as a bit of a break so that I can sit down, have a cup of tea, show you my craft in a minute, and yeah, just give you a quick update. But this is going to be a quick one. It's going to have to be, I'm afraid, because sometimes the handmade aspect of my business collides with the video part of my business. Do you remember literally a few weeks ago I said that I was going to do a summer series of vlogs? That was a nice thought, wasn't it? Time, Kim. Time. It's a thing. You need it. So yes. Coffee and craft chat. I drink coffee, except that it's tea today. I craft. I'm about to show you my craft. And I chat about all things to do with running a handmade business. And that today is me essentially going, sometimes it's really hard. Right. So, first of all, craft. Because I haven't shown you an update on this cardigan in a little while. But look at that. It is starting to look very cardigan-like. It has sleeves. You know, it has holes where it's supposed to. It also has a couple of holes where it shouldn't. Like here. I don't know, but it's not getting bigger, so that's fine. There's also some wonky bits where where's the wonky bit? Well, it can't be that bad if I can't find it. Here it is. It's on the back, and I'm not really sure what I did there. But again, it's not a hole that's getting any bigger. In fact, there's no hole there at all. So it's fine. I'm happy to wear it. But what that did teach me is that sometimes wine and knitting don't go well. Will that stop me? No. So yes, I just need to do the ribbing on the bottom now because it's long enough, and then I can start on the sleeves, and then I will have my first wearable make. No, that's not true. I make socks. They're wearable. You know what I mean? Cardigan jumper top thing. So I wear a lot of knits, but I've never actually made my own. So this was my first attempt at that. And I am using the completely wrong yarn. It's just acrylic. I don't even know, what the weight of it was, 100 grams or something. I've had to double it up just to try and get the right weight. I don't think it is even then. But the colour was perfect. And it was cheap yarn that was in my budget. And also I thought, this is my first ever cardigan. I'm gonna make mistakes. So it's not it's not the time for me to be buying expensive yarn. It's the time for me to be buying yarn that isn't gonna matter if I make holes and stuff and wonky bits. But the colour, it's perfect. I actually have had this t-shirt in mind when I was looking for the perfect blue. And this is my favourite t-shirt. It says, I want to be nice, but everyone annoys me. And this blue just goes really well with it. Look at that. So yes, I cannot wait to finish it, and I will be obviously showing it off. What else? Oh yes, I also asked in my last video folks from Australia and New Zealand what their thoughts were to buying internationally. And the overwhelming response was that they do. And it made me wonder why I wasn't selling to Australia and New Zealand, because I used to. And I had it in my mind that it was really expensive, but I looked into it and it's actually not. It can't have gotten cheaper, because in my experience, postage just gets more and more expensive. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's cheap. For example, sending things to the US and Canada is about the same price. If I do send out to Australia and New Zealand, the cost will be up a little bit because we have to pay for tracking separately in the UK, and so I would want it to go out tracked just to make absolutely sure, because I haven't sold to those countries in a long time. And then if it seemed that things were pretty, I can't think of the word I'm looking for, reliable, then I could possibly think about adding standard international as an option and then just leave it up to the customer as to whether or not they wanted to pay the extra for the tracking or not. But yeah, that's open. So if you are in Australia or New Zealand, welcome. I mean, you're welcome here already. You know this, I hope. But I've opened the doors to Australian and New Zealand customers as well. Which also reminds me, unfortunately, the flip side to that means that US, I have now closed the doors to you. I'm very sorry, but I just can't. I cannot deal with these shenanigans. I need my business to be as stress-free as possible. It's not stress-free at all, but there's so much, there are so many other things that I need to be focusing on. I cannot be worrying about that as well. So unfortunately, unless everything changes or something changes, it's a no, I'm afraid. Anybody who has made recent orders that are in the US, don't panic. Your orders have gone. They're on their way to you. You should get them very shortly. It's just that I can't sell any more from this point on and guarantee that it will get there before all of this kicks off. So that's my little update. Unfortunately, having to close the door to the US, what is this? But open the door to Australia and New Zealand. I'm looking into the EU. Oh, that is not going to be as easy. That is going to be a project, and probably something I'm not even going to start looking into properly until next month, because right now I just don't have the time. Right now it's all hands on deck for the autumn collection. Because last week I was not feeling great and I fell down a little bit and I got behind. So I need to scrabble a little bit to get back on track. And if I was doing this for too long, I would be worried about burnout and the things, but it's just going to be a busy couple of weeks or so. And then I'm hoping that September will be calmer. Have I just jinxed it? I probably have. And I appreciate that this video was a bit of a waffle about nothing in particular and not very long, but that is all I have for you, I'm afraid. Sometimes this is the reality of running a handmade business, and seeing as that is what I talk about here, I think sometimes this is a good show and tell. Sometimes running a handmade business makes you look like this. Have I sold it? It really can be hard bloody work though. Right, I will love you and leave you, and next week I hope to turn up with something a little bit more upbeat, but no promises. Until then, look after yourselves, take care, ta-ra.